guys, it's Miss Candy Natural, and I am doing somewhat of I don't know if I want to say if it's a rant or a video response, but just want to give my opinion on something that I've been seeing lately. I'm really tired, can't tell. Oh, just got off of work, but what I wanted to talk about was what I've seen lately on YouTube. Lethal Pleasure did a video tonight or earlier today talking about being thorough when going to the hair salon or in anything that you want, getting your hair braided, whatever. Just be thorough as a customer as well as a business entrepreneur. And I think it was interesting because I was just thinking about this after I saw somebody's video. A lot of times it's being referred to as, or sorry, let me say it like this. When people go to get their hair braided, usually people go to Africans to get their hair braided because Africans can braid well. But it looks like it's more being directed as though even though they would go to the Africans to get their hair braided, the Africans won't do a good job in regards to making sure that your edges are protected or not, or I guess not, won't do a good job in regards to not trying to braid your edges or pull the thin hair that you may have. So my problem with the whole situation is that an African, should I say African, will do your hair as you want it to be done. They understand English. They may not speak it fluently, but trust and understand it. I'm Nigerian. My parents understand English clearly. They speak English with an accent. But English is the primary language in most African countries. So you should never be afraid to say, please don't braid my edges, or please be careful with them, or whatever the case may be. But I feel like they're gonna do what you let them do. If you don't mention it, then they're gonna braid it, and it's probably based off of somebody one day coming in there and complaining and saying, "Oh, I want you to make sure you get everything." Not even complaining. Let me not say that. Not complaining, but being specific about wanting to get everything braided, and they don't want anything because, of course, with your edges being out, they're gonna grow. They're gonna grow just like if it was braided. They're gonna grow, but grow a little better because they don't have that much tension on it if they're out. So when they start growing here and there and outside of your hairline, then people want to get particular and say, "I need her to, braid this or get this up, whatever." There's people out there that like it, and there's people out there that don't like it. They're skilled in being able to grab little hair. If you don't speak up and say, "Don't do it," they're gonna do it. And you can't get mad at anybody but yourself. I don't like how people come out here and say the Africans will pull your edges. Like, so will someone that's from Thailand. There's a lady at my job who got her hair braided and my goes really pretty. And I asked her who did it, and she said a lady that was from Thailand. And I'm like, "Are you serious?" And she's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay, well, she did a really good job." And she's like, "Yeah, I just don't like the fact that I have little bumps because she had bumps because her it was braided so tight." I've been to Americans that have braided so tight. It's about the braider. It's not about the culture. Like, just say the woman that braided my hair, or I realized that when I go to this person to braid my hair, they grab my edges. And you shouldn't generalize and say Africans. The Africans will mess your edges up. Don't let the Africans do this. You can still prevent or what's the word for it? Encourage or kind of give people the heads up to say you might want to speak up on this when you go in there, but don't stereotype and make it seem like all Africans do that when they don't. I think it's all about how you go in there, what kind of relationship you have with this person. A lot of people say, "Okay, well, I'm just gonna find any braid that's gonna charge $160 to get micros or whatever with the hair, so I'm gonna go her because she's affordable." When she might not really do a good job, you should ask around and say, have you been there, or see who has suggestions. Don't just go to anybody. You wouldn't go to anybody to give you a relaxer, so therefore, why would you go to anybody to give you some braids? So that's just how I feel about it. Then there's the same thing with cutting. I thought that Lethal Pleasure was gonna start talking about how she went into the hair salon and she asked for a trim and they end up cutting her edges. I mean, not cutting her edges, cutting her hair. But she never even got anything done to her hair. But still, it's just like that. You have to speak up. It's your hair at the end of the day. You're gonna be the one that's gonna go home with it, and you're gonna be the one that's gonna deal with it. Especially with braiders, you might not see that braider ever again. There was also a post on Black Hair Care or Thank God I'm Natural. I'm not sure, about a lady who got her hair braided. They didn't say if it was an African lady that did her hair or not. But lady that got her hair braided, and she supposedly developed MRSA or MRSA from getting her hair braided. It was braided so tight that she got cut and she had an open scar, bruise, whatever. And of course, supposedly the lady that did her hair or something in the shop had some type of infection or bacteria and it got into her scalp and it just caused this big old bump. I mean, that's true once again. But if you feel like it's being too tight on your head, open your mouth and say something. They're not gonna bite you. They want your money, and they want your service. So therefore, their aim is to please. Of course, if you're gonna be rude about it, no, they're probably not gonna be what's the word for it? They're not gonna be open to trying to please you or whatever the case may be. But when I go get my hair braided, I look at them and I tell them how I want it, how tight I want it, how big I want it, or how small I want it. And if they're not doing that for the first 3 of them, I let them know ahead of time. Don't wait until half of your head is done and then you want to say something. That's gonna piss them off. Just like it's gonna piss anybody off. A beautician who's just doing a basic roller set or doobie or twist and spiral. If she did all the twists and you find out on the second to last one, oh, you don't like the direction the twister is going in, she's gonna be pissed. Like, it's just like that. Just like at a restaurant, when you order food and when the food is almost ready, you say, oh, I want to change my mind. They're gonna be pissed with that as well. So, like, speak up. That's the moral of the story. Speak up. And that's just what I was saying, because I'm not going to say because I'm Nigerian, I'm trying to stick up for the Africans. No, I'm just feeling kind of offended, or not offended, but taken back that, everybody wants to blame the Africans for why they have no edges. They don't talk about relaxers or over-processing their hair, or they don't talk about, blaming, well, they do. People complain about Asians when they do their nails, some type of infection, that the filling was too thick, it wasn't thick enough. There's people complain, but don't generalize it based off of culture. Generalize it off of the place you went to, so that if somebody else wants to daggone get their hair done, they don't feel like feel threatened to go, or they don't feel scared to go to an African to get their hair done, or scared to go to an Asian to get their nails done. Like, to each his own. Everybody's experience is different, and that's how I feel about it. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye.